Episode 9, January 25th, 2011. Howard and Kevin opened your mail.
Hello and welcome to Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail.
Hello there.
It's another show. You ready?
I'm getting there.
You're not ready?
Well, I'm kind of in a warm-up mode.
We could pause for a second. If you're not
No,
ready.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Just sort of feeling, warming up, getting into the, swing of it.
All right. Well, I'll talk for a bit then.
But if I don't talk, I don't get warmed up. That's the whole point.
Oh, I see. The warming up is the talking.
The talking is the warming.
Oh, all right.
I'm Howard.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail, as you've been told.
You have been told. Tell them, Howard.
I'll tell them again. This is Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail.
I guess we should just get down to it, because that is the essence of our show, is opening mail, and that's,
Yes,
that's...
people like yourselves out there, folks, write us letters. And you can do so by going to HowardandKevin.com.
Oh, yes, that's our website.
And we love your letters.
Is it www.howardandkevin.com, Howard? Or is it HTPPAO / Howard and Kevin?
I think if you just go to www.
Because they don't seem to be using the W's anymore sometimes.
I think they use them.
Do they?
Don't you think? But it's just,
well,
they're just people
are
tired of saying it.
I've been known to just type in like HowardandKevin.com into the thing and it goes there.
I think in both cases it will work.
All right. Well, I don't think
triple
we need
W. Sometimes people say triple W.
Really?
www.com.
I don't think that's catching on. No? It's like the 2010 thing. It's not catching on.
I know it's World Wide Web. I get that, but did it have to be the most long letter, like the W, like 3 syllables already, and they had to say it 3 times?
Yeah,
W.
I. Oh,
exactly.
That would have been great.
Exactly. Or
I. Anyway, let's
so you send us letters. We love reading them, and we read them on the podcast here, and we answer them, and that's it. That's the premise.
Oh, okay.
And I'm Howard.
And I'm Kevin.
Did
and that's the show. We did say that, yeah. Now it's just getting tiresome. Why don't we get to some actual mail, Howard?
All right, read us a letter.
All right, here we go. How do I go about breaking into show business to become rich and famous? Isn't there a quick way to do it? Asks Michelle W. from Ajax, Ontario.
Wow. So she wants to break into show business.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to do anything. She wants to be rich and famous. And she's asking, isn't there a quick way to do it?
So she's really more interested in the fame and the fortune.
Well, I wonder. She does say she wants to break
arts.
into show business, but yeah.
She doesn't mention anything about art or
no, so she might be wanting to go the Paris Hilton route here. Where
I suggest she paints. I suggest
painting
to become rich and famous
or
is getting your painting in a gallery.
Yeah, or being a poet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, or a poet, sculptor, painter, something that's going to appeal to a wide audience of Middle America.
Her question is an interesting one, obviously, because it's something that a lot of people think about. Here's what I'm going to say to her. Sorry, her name was Michelle?
Yeah, it's Michelle W. from Ajax, Howard.
Oh, she's from Ajax?
Yes.
Here's what I would say to Michelle W. from Ajax.
Uh-huh.
Don't do it, Michelle.
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful what you wish for, Michelle.
That's right.
It may seem like being rich and famous and a big showbiz legend is something you'd want.
But you really don't.
It's the life.
I
know you're rich and you have lots of money. You can have all the things.
Yeah,
but man, these people go through hell. I'm telling you.
Well, it is a tough life. I mean, the rich part is nice. Okay, so but for me, it's just like instead of having like $20 shoes, you got like $200 shoes. They're still shoes. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to give you any happiness in your life unless that's all you care about. But most of us have a little more depth than that. So I think when it comes to being rich is great and you get a lot of stuff, but it doesn't bring happiness. We all know that.
That's right. Now
the famous part is the part that really sucks, though, because
it's really not.
There are perks.
I think the rich
is
the sort of payoff for having to have the horribleness of fame.
That's right, yeah. Because in a way it is kind of awful. Because you have no privacy anymore. And you have no, like, you can't do things that normal people do.
No.
You can't just go to the movies, can't go to the store,
Right.
you know, because you're just constantly accosted by people.
And you'll end up in the National Enquirer.
Yeah,
with,
exactly.
some lie about you.
Yeah, like if I want to date Lindsay Lohan, then, you know, that's going to be all over the pages of the thing.
Because you're so famous?
Because I'm so famous, yeah. Well, because when you're famous, you have to date other famous people. That's the rule.
Oh, I see.
So, you know, my agent would set something up with her, and then...
you and she would be good together.
You think so? I think I could calm her down a bit.
You could take care of her.
Yeah, because she's gone from being a kind of an interesting little young actress.
She was a fine actress.
You know, she was funny.
And that's the sort of sad thing about her story is that she wasn't just a starlet. She was a very talented, and I'm sure continues to be talented if she focuses. If
she paid any care to that.
Yes.
But yeah, she just kind of went down the party girl train. So I think I could, it's because I'm a very calming influence on people, because I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do anything really. So when people, you know, people are
left
forced.
the house since 1983.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I haven't showered. I can't go out, can I? So I think I'd be a real calming influence on her, because I would be so boring. I would just want to sit around and watch television. You know, maybe if she wants to go out, we'll go to the park. We could go on the swings
For a walk.
For a walk, exactly.
Do you think she would?
Well, I think
appreciate you for.
I think so. I could get her to gain a little weight back, which is nice. She's kind of going that really super thin route. And, you know, which I'm sure is the drugs and the drinking.
Lindsay, we care about you. Get your act together. Come back to us.
Exactly.
Come back to us in the real world. But you see, Michelle, fame, it hurts people. People, they end up, you know, why do you think every movie star has, you know, like is on their 18th marriage? Because it's tough life.
Fame is a mask that eats into the face.
Wow.
Thank you. I totally ripped that off from Extras. Who ripped that off from something else?
All right.
So, yeah.
But it's tough.
But that's true.
But really, we're not answering her question, which is there a shortcut to fame and fortune? Is that really what she's asking?
Kind of, yeah. She doesn't want to go through the hard stuff of actually becoming a successful performer. She wants just the rich and the famous.
I don't think there isn't a trick to it, unless it's luck. If it's
or if it's something dubious, if you murder somebody and
that's a different kind of fame, I guess.
That's infamous.
But or you just happen to be in the right place at the right time and something occurs.
Oh, and I think everyone who's famous has had luck in their career. I think
definitely,
you know, because there's a lot of beautiful people in Hollywood
and talented people,
but you know,
who don't go anywhere.
Exactly. So
here's the reality.
This has got quite serious.
Find something you love and are passionate about, and do it for the love and fun and passion of it. And if you end up with a good living out of it, or even fame and fortune, then bonus.
Yes.
If you don't, you're still enjoying it and you're still loving it.
That's right.
And I would suggest personally that if what you're interested in is, say, acting, that you'll have a lot more fun in your life if you do it as a hobby, and you do it in like community theaters or high school theater companies, depending on how old you are, whatever.
Yes, because it is very hard to make a living out of that.
Making a living is tough.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, well, that was a good letter from Michelle W. and Ajax.
I don't know if that answers your question. Who knows? She may still try to achieve her goal of fame and fortune, but it's...
well, I hope she makes it.
Well, maybe the best way for her to achieve fame and fortune is to continue to write us letters.
No.
Right here at Howard and Kevin Answer Your Mail.
No,
open your mail. No. What's it called?
Don't do that, Michelle. That's going to get you nowhere. Trust us.
Are you kidding? She's already had her name, Michelle W. read out in the internet. I mean,
on a podcast on the World Wide Web.
There is no fortune involved, but the fame has already begun for her.
That's true.
At this level. And the rest of you trying to be famous, this is the way to do it. Write us letters and we'll answer them here at Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail.
You love your announcer voice, don't you?
That wasn't even me. I brought that guy in for a second there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. All right. Anyway, we should get on to another letter because people are getting bored with Michelle's letter. I certainly was.
That is so...
I'm just kidding.
Poor Michelle. For a second there, she was bouncing around her room so excited. Then right now she's crying on her bed.
She is.
Man, you're a harsh taskmaster.
The day Kevin drove me to tears. She writes in her diary later.
Maybe she'll write us another letter.
Oh, maybe, yeah. An angry one. Hate mail. I love hate
Dear
mail.
Howard, you're swell. Kevin, you suck.
Aw, and then I'll cry in my bed by myself.
It's a vicious circle. You see what happens when you're mean to people?
Drinking a Cosmo. Okay, all right, fine. I think we should move on to the next letter.
All right.
What do you got?
All right. This letter is from Melanie from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Melanie from St. Paul. Wow,
Yes.
that's up there. That's cold.
It is. Well,
we
live in Canada, so we know
well,
it's
yeah,
cold.
yeah, but not really.
Not
We're
compared-
wimpy
not
Canadians.
compared
We're
to Minnesota.
Torontonians. I mean, we hardly even, if there's 2 days of cold
We
weather
could have
a
let
year,
people
we
think we
complain.
were in Yellowknife. We could have just left it at that.
I guess so.
Um,
Okay.
All right, here it is. Melanie from St. Paul, Minnesota. Dear Kevin and Howard,
Yeah.
what have I done with my keys? That's what she says.
What have I done with my keys? It's a good question, Melanie.
Melanie's having a hard time finding her keys.
Let me say this. First of all, I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
It'll be in the last place you look.
Did you just come up with that? Because that could be a saying.
It's, that's always one of those funny things, right?
That's true.
Because why would I keep looking if I find
I
it?
think authentically there's something in the brain that when you're looking for something, it helps to say what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It really does help because I've often misplaced something like, I don't know, my keys. And
For example, Melanie.
And if I walk around saying, where are my keys? Then I'll find them faster.
Yeah.
Then I just go, it's like, God damn it, where is that
It's
thing?
absolutely true. I
Yeah.
have my family makes fun of me about that because if I'm looking for something, I never find it until I finally say it out loud. I could look
Right.
for 20 minutes
Yeah.
just looking
Yeah.
on my own. But as soon as I say, where the hell are my... Here they are.
There they are. Yeah.
As soon as I start
know.
to say it, where's my hat? Oh, here it is.
I think there must be something in the brain that it just responds better when it's being told what to look for
Yeah, I don't know.
by your mouth. The separate entity, which is your mouth.
I like to blame other people for the fact that I've lost things.
Of course.
Like
Who else are you gonna blame? Can't blame yourself.
when I used to work in this office. Well, you were there. You used to work there too. I used to
Phone sex line?
always I used to do this bit at the top of my lungs. Who's the cocksucker who stole my goddamn pen? Oh, here it is. Never mind. Thank you.
It did work. Yeah, you'd find it. No, it's a funny bit.
I am gonna kill the person who took my. Oh, never mind. Here it is.
Can we put up the explicit sign that Howard said cocksucker?
Some asshole in this company. I am accusing people. Someone has taken my pen, and when I find, oh, here it is.
Oh, that's a good bit.
So anyway, what has she done with her keys? We never really answered her question.
Well, okay, I was gonna say too. What was her name? Melanie.
Melanie.
Jane.
Melanie
Melanie
from
from
St.
St. Paul, Minnesota. Right. Well, this time of year they're probably out in the snow. I'm guessing in some sort of ice bank. But
I don't know if she's talking about house keys or car keys.
well, sure.
They're there somewhere, Melanie. And
It could be something cryptic.
you'll
She
have
could
to
be
keep
talking about
looking.
her piano.
keys.
Yeah, because they got.
You think she would have lost them?
Yeah, it's quite possible. Some of those smaller pianos, like the little ones, that like guys in the '80s would rock around, like a stage with. If you could see me right now, I'm playing like one of those keyboards.
pianos you wear around on a guitar.
Yeah,
strap.
exactly.
I doubt that's what she's talking
No,
about.
probably not. It's probably actual keys.
Yes, and I think anyway, you'll find them. I bet you by now you found them. There's probably another letter
Well, yeah, it's when-
further down in our inbox saying, never
Saying,
mind.
I never mind. I found them.
Yes.
It's a good point.
Lousy to lose your keys, though.
All right. Well, I think we answered Melanie there.
What do you, in your house where you live, do you have like a deadbolt lock that when you leave, you have to lock the door behind you?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Melanie?
Well, maybe I'm talking to Melanie. Good point. I was talking to you, but screw you. Melanie, do you live in one of those houses where you have a deadbolt lock, so you can't really lock the door behind you without your keys in your hand?
That's right.
See, I
which
think
is a great idea.
I think it's bad to have one of those places where you can just pull the door closed behind you.
Oh, that's ridiculous. How many people?
And then
have
you're
been
out the
locked
door and you realize, oh my god,
Yeah.
my keys are inside.
Oh,
and
yeah,
now
yeah.
I'm out, and now I got to climb through a window or something.
I completely agree with that. I always liked and in cars had the same thing that you could only lock your car by like using the key or something. Now it's the beepy thing.
Yeah, and hopefully the BB thing is with your keys. but-
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's good.
Who stole my mother keys? Oh wait, here they are. Never mind. Never mind. I got them. Thank you.
Oh, it's funny, everyone.
Please disregard my accusations. Folks.
You did send out that.
Nothing personal.
You did send out that personal letter later.
Yes.
You know,
The all staff.
apologizing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dear everyone. Dear cocksuckers.
Which is fine because we worked at a whorehouse. So what is
Sucking only.
That's all you really need. I mean, you're like, who wants to go in down there? Anyway, go ahead. What do you have another one?
Samantha from Jacksonville, Florida writes, Dear
Yeah.
Kevin and Howard,
Mm-hmm.
tell us about an embarrassing moment in your long storied showbiz careers.
Now, does it have to be about show business?
That's what she says.
All right. So
She thinks we have long storied showbiz careers.
Well, she's a smart lady.
So Kevin, I think when I start to tell the story, you'll chime in with a memory of like, oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this comes to mind when I think of embarrassing moments in our long storied showbiz careers.
Sure.
So a few years ago, Kevin and I, this Kevin right here, say
Me?
hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
Kevin and I made a short film, and it was a little comedy piece that we were proud of and happy with. And when we made it, we thought, it's a short film, right? You're not gonna take over the world, but we thought, what would be fun is to go to a few film festivals and, travel to this place or that place and meet other filmmakers and show it to an audience and get a few laughs and, go to the film festival parties and people say, well, these are the filmmakers, let me buy you a beer, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we'd get, meet cool people and be, a tiny little bit of celebrity for just, 8 minutes.
Yes.
So that was what we were hoping for. And we entered the film in somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 festivals across North America. Right. Started with the big major festivals, got rejection notices, thought, oh, well, we're not going to get into...
I think we submitted it to Cannes.
Oh, Cannes, yeah. The big famous Cannes. Sundance, the New York Film Festival, every other film festival. And then slowly worked our way down to the more regional ones, the more specific comedy-oriented ones that only deal with short films, all these kind of specific ones. And continued to get... rejected. Every letter we got said something to the effect of, we really enjoyed your film, but isn't it great that this year we got more entries than ever before?
That's right, yeah. That is great, thanks.
Yeah, good for you guys.
Good for you guys.
There at the Aspen Film Festival or whatever.
Exactly.
We're so pleased for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we kept getting rejected, and it was embarrassing, and we felt, a little discouraged, and finally we get this response from this tiny little comedy film festival right here in Toronto, called the what the hell was it called? The Giggle Shorts.
Oh yeah, Giggle Shorts International Comedy.
Yeah, that's right. The Giggle Shorts International Comedy Film Festival, right here in Toronto, saying
they were international in the way that the International House of Pancakes is international.
And we thought, and they said, yes, we'd like to show your film. And we were like, all right, yahoo! We're so excited. We didn't get on a plane and go anywhere exotic. I
did anyway. I got on a plane from Toronto to Montreal and then back from Montreal to here.
I had so pictured us, going to like the Vegas Film Festival or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, so we're excited. We tell everyone who was involved in the film. We tell all our friends and families. We send out a whole big thing to everyone saying, this is where our film's going to play. It's going to be so exciting. We're so thrilled. So finally the day comes of our showing, and it's a Friday night, and Kevin and I are so excited, and all week long we've been making plans and everything.
Well, all week long we were shooting a TV show.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's right.
We were
That's another story.
We were on a TV show called Punched Up for a week, and we were shooting all week.
Talk about embarrassing moments in our long story show.
Exactly. So that's a whole separate story.
That's another story. So we had to race out of there.
Yes.
On our last day of shooting of this show, race out of there at the last minute. Turn down the invite to go to the wrap party for the show with all the nice, fun people who we'd been with all week long. And
That's right. The drunken, hot crew members that I was going to hit on.
Yeah, the beautiful ladies who were wanting us to come to the party. We said, no, we can't because our film is showing at a festival. We need to be there.
Yes.
So we race across town.
Uh-huh.
We show up at this cinema, and it wasn't really a cinema. It was like the upstairs of a theater or something like that. But we didn't know really what we were heading to. And
it kind of looked like, imagine the worst warehouse you've ever been to or thought of or seen in like a really bad action film where drug lords are meeting in some crappy old warehouse. Think about that and then take that down like a half.
Yeah, it's not quite that. So we met our friend Robin, who had helped us produce the film. She was there.
It's a girl.
Waiting, yes, she was there.
It's like Robin Leach. He's a man.
She was meeting us at the door, and we had told everyone we knew, right? But one other friend of ours, Gord, also showed up to support us. That was the only person who actually came. That's the one little mitigating factor in the embarrassment part of the story, is we didn't have 30 or 40 of our friends there.
That's a good point. That worked out well, actually.
So. We're like, hey, it's great to see you, Gord. Thank you so much for coming. Let's go upstairs to get our seats. So we pay our $10 or whatever it is to see this entire evening, 2-hour presentation.
I believe it was $8.
Thank you. The 2-hour presentation of short comedy films in this particular Friday night showing.
Yep.
We go upstairs and we walk into this area which is like all under construction. It's like just basically this big empty space. A whole bunch of drywall is all leaning up on the wall, and a bunch of 2x4s are everywhere. Everything's all dusty and gross. And all there really is like a screen from like your uncle's home movies in his basement. One of those screens you pull down.
Yeah.
At the end. With a couple of speakers, and then a bunch of like white lawn chairs, those white plastic lawn chairs.
It was kind of like being at a family get-together.
Yeah.
At my uncle's when he's going to show us, film footage he shot in 1972 of going to Ontario Place on opening day.
Super 8.
That kind of thing.
So all the lawn chairs are in a circle, semicircle kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is there's no one in them. There's
nobody
not a
there.
soul there.
I
think there was like nobody. And so the four of us take our seats, going, I guess everyone will be here.
I think he had a table set up with Doritos in bags that you could have some Doritos. I think that was the snack concession.
You have to buy that separately.
I think so, yeah.
And then the guy who I later learned was the host of the thing and the guy who I had received the letter from wanders over to us and greets us and says hello. And at this point, I'm embarrassed enough that I wasn't going to say we're the people who made one of the films tonight, right? I was just going to pretend that we were general public.
Yes.
But I think Robin actually said to him, we produced The Green Room. You're showing that tonight. And he was like, oh, excellent, fine.
Yeah, and Robin completely sold us out.
Yeah, and then this guy whose name was Gio, I remember that.
His name was Gio? I don't remember that. Wow.
And he stood there and he told us this whole story about how he had recently had a kidney disease or some sad story.
Yeah. So he couldn't put the festival on last year because he was
because he'd been ill. And that part of his illness was that it had affected his eyesight. He couldn't see very well. Right. So he basically was trying to rebuild this whole space with drywall and everything blind.
Yes.
So he was like only half done, and he complimented our film up and down. Oh, it's so professional. And we were like, oh, thank you. Very nice. And then he told us the whole history of this festival, right? Mm-hmm. He sat there and he explained to us, how many years he's been doing it and where he gets the films from and how he got the idea and blah, blah, blah. This whole big, long story. And I think during that time, one other couple came in. So there were 2 other people sitting there. There were the 4 of us and 2 other people. And finally, he says, "Okay, well, it's been nice talking to you guys. I guess we should get started."
Yeah.
We were like, "Yeah, I guess so."
There's
2 other people here, but okay. So he then steps about a foot and a half away from us.
Yeah.
Picks up a microphone and says, Good evening and welcome to Giggle Shorts Film Festival. And with the microphone standing not more than a foot further away than he had been standing just a moment earlier talking to us, he proceeded to tell the audience, which was us and two other people, the whole same exact story that he had just told us. This whole background and the history and everything else. He repeats the whole thing, but this time in a microphone, standing, staring out into this vast emptiness. Now, it only just occurred to me at this moment that because of his eyesight things, maybe he thought the place
maybe here the place is packed. He was like, oh, look at the turnout we got this year.
All these
fantastic.
People. I never thought about that till just now. Anyway, so he goes on to tell this whole thing, and we wait, and I keep looking back at the door thinking, please, there's got to be people show up. Eventually, 30 or 40 people are going to pile in this door.
You'd think so.
So they don't, and the films begin, and one after another, man, they were horrible. We were just staring at them with our mouths hanging open, going, this is a comedy film festival? These are terrible. Like, just awful, weird, strange, unfunny and not even like I couldn't even understand what they were even trying to accomplish, these people, right?
No, they were bad.
Just, there was one there that had this chase scene in it that must have gone on for 15 minutes. And I kept leaning over to you and saying, where are the jokes? What part
in what way is this a comedy film? Yes.
And eventually it had something to do with a guy killing a cat or something. Remember that? I
think so.
It was very weird. But anyway, so our film shows.
Yep.
And of course, the four of us have seen it already, and we kind of chuckle politely because it's our own film. And the two other people in the audience who don't know who we are, of course, I'm kind of looking at them and I'm corner of my eye going, please enjoy it, please enjoy it. You're the only general public who's ever seen this damn thing that we worked so hard on. So they smile politely and chuckle a couple of times because it's hard to laugh in an empty theater. And then at the end, we sort of say to the guy, well, thank you, so I guess our showing was at 7:00, and it turned out went till about 8:30, and then there was going to be another screening of different films at 9:00.
Right.
So when we're leaving, there's 50 people standing outside waiting, ready to come in for the 9:00
all
screening.
filing in for the 9.
And and ours was in the 7. To this day, I say to him, why didn't I go back to him and say, hey?
Yeah.
Can you run ours again?
We should have, but I think at that point it was so
we were just wanting to get the hell out of there. So we did not get invited to any fancy film festival parties.
No.
And nor did anyone buy us a beer.
No.
But I bought myself quite a few that night. To celebrate our triumph. So that's my.
That said, we can we can say we were in an international film festival.
That's right.
So
I've put that on my resume.
It's definitely up there.
As a matter of fact, since there were only 6 people in the audience and we were 4 of them, I've decided that we won the Audience Choice Award.
We did the Palme d'Or.
So I've written down on my resume that we won the Audience Choice Award at an international film festival.
We did, run by a blind guy who just had kidney problems. Anyway,
so that's
good.
That's the embarrassing moment in my long storied showbiz career.
I would tell a showbiz story, but Howard's gone on for about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna. I'm just kidding. That was a story featuring us both.
Yes, and Kevin, guess what? I think that's it. I think we've run out of time.
I think you're right.
We plumb done run out of time.
We have. What is that voice? That's very strange.
That's one of my many characters.
Oh yeah, they all sound similar. I don't know.
It's because they're all really me.
Oh, I see. You're not Rich Little. You don't completely disappear into those characters.
No.
All right.
We plumb done run out of time.
Who is this? Like an old time prospector or something?
Yeah. Thanks for listening, folks.
You should do more of those voices on the show. That'd be great.
I am. I'm going to introduce a new character every week.
Oh, excellent.
The man of 1,000 voices.
I can't wait to hear your hilarious Camp Gay Man, for example. That'd be great. Work on that for next show.
Yes, I will. I work on it every night after dark.
After dark? When everybody's gone to bed, you practice in the mirror?
Yes. Or I go out.
Oh, I see. That's a different kind of gay research.
Thanks for listening, folks. I'm not sure what's happened now.
We're wrapping up the show. Do the wrap up.
All right. Thanks for listening to Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail.
That's the show.
And don't forget to visit us at HowardandKevin.com. You'll find the archive of all of our other episodes.
Oh, yeah.
You can read our show notes.
Ooh, they're good.
And you might even find some other fun surprises.
Oh, pictures of my cats and, my grandma and stuff.
The cats.
The cats, yeah.
The cats and Jammer Kids.
I do a lot of hilarious cat videos with my own cats. I dress them up in little outfits. It's so cute. You'll love it. Anyway, thanks, Howard. That was fun.
And Kevin, thank you.
No problem. And don't forget, everyone, go to HowardandKevin.com, and you, too, could send us a letter, which we might just read and answer on...
Howard and Kevin, open your mail.